We'll chant followed by the invocation shlokas. Is it correct? Inhale deeply. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Morning everyone, Hari Om, welcome back. As we are covering Tattva Bodha, can one of you go, maybe Pavan, you want to go off mute and chant after? Okay.
Yep.
Vasudevendra Yogindram
Vasudevendra Yogindram
Natva Jnanapradam Gurum
Natva Gnanapradam Gurum
Mumukshunam Hitarthaya
Mumukshunam Hitardhaya
Tattva Bodho Bhidhiyate.
Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate.
So, in the last set, so from a big picture perspective, we understood that this book is the covering about Tattva Bodha. The reason it is who is the intended audience is Mumukshu. Okay, so and who are endowed with sadhana chatushta sampatti. Okay, so and now this Tattva Bodha Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha, when it is said that Tattva Viveka is being taught. Now in the first portion of the text, okay, which is the majority of the portion, what is Tattva Bodha is given. Essentially, who am I? Now, once that question is answered, then the next question is that if I understand that I am this Satchidananda Swarupa, and I've been told that anything and everything around me is not me, including my own body, my own thoughts, my own ahankara, okay? Everything that I know is not me. Who is this? Who is all this? Where did it come from? So that's where the second portion of the book started, trying to tell us what is around us. Okay, what is this universe? What is the nature of this universe? Right off the bat, it said that Brahmashaya Maya Asti, meaning this Maya is dependent on Brahman and it is under the control of Brahman. When that is said, okay, what we need to understand is that everything that we see is Maya and it is under the control of Brahman. And even though it is under the control of Brahman, because Maya is part of Brahman, anything and every thing, Maya is still part of Brahman, so it inherits all the qualities of Brahman. So anything that is coming out of Maya, even though they are apparent, they are because of that Brahma Swarupa in them. Okay? And Brahma Swarupa is what? Brahma Swarupa, or the essential nature of Brahman, is nothing but essential nature of Jiva, which is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. You're all familiar with all these terms, right? Okay. So now from that point, what happened is that, let me quickly review what we covered last week. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can someone confirm if you can see my screen?
Yeah, you can see.
So we said that Maya has three aspects: Tamas, Rajas, and Sattva. Okay. And so that means that Brahman, we'll come to that. Okay. So from this Maya, Akasha has come. Akasha means space. From space, air has emerged, Vayu, from there fire, Tejas, from it water, Apaha, from it earth or Prithvi or solid matter has come. Now, what happens is, we all inherit our parents' gunas. Okay, gunas meaning, like, the when like, so for example, when your child comes to your office, they'll say, oh yeah, you look like you're just like your dad or your mom. Okay, yeah, I can see the resemblance between you and your dad, or you and your parent. Okay, so what it means is that as a child, as a person, we inherit something that is coming from our ancestors, forefathers, etc. So if Maya is inherited from Brahman, and all of these are inherited from each of these, so this Prithvi automatically inherits properties: water, fire, air, space, and Maya and Brahman. And we are a combination of all these five elements, which means that we have all these qualities, including that of Brahman. Okay. So actually that is said here, right? So Brahman, the essential nature of Brahman is Satchitananda. Maya is Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, we said. So that means that it also derived this Satchitananda quality of Brahman. Now, for Akasha, Akasha is space. The special quality that it has, which its parent doesn't have, is Shabda. Okay, Shabda means sound. For air, it is Sparsha. Okay, that is touch. For fire, it is Rupa. For water, it is rasa, and for Prithvi, meaning this is gandha, smell. So that means that if you see this Prithvi, it contains Satchidananda Swarupa plus Sattva Rajas Tamas plus Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, all of these have been included in this Prithvi. Okay. We have seen all of this. Okay, we're just reviewing it for a quick reference. And each of them, okay, have been derived from some sattva, some rajas, etc. So what happened is that from this point, what happened is there's a evolution of sattvika elements, which are jnanendriyas. There's evolution of karmendriyas, which are rajasika. Okay, so in this table, actually, like you need to understand that there's supposed to be only 3 columns, but I wanted to put in one slide. So you see it as 6 columns. So whatever is on this side, okay, the same columns are on this side also. This first 3 columns are referring to Sattvika Amsha. So that is the, we said we have 5 Jnanendriyas, right? Okay. So now these five Jnanendriyas, Shrotra, okay, for the Shrotra, hearing, because sound has come from Akasha, so it came from Akasha. Because it needs the knowledge for Jnanendriyas, we said it is a knowledge, right? As a result, it has come from the Akasha also has, because Maya has Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Okay, so that means Akasha also has Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Because Akasha has Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, from Akasha Sattva, the Shrotra sound has come. Okay, from Vayu's Sattva, Twak or touch has come. Okay, from Agni's Sattva, Chakshu has come. Now also understand that Agni, what is the power of Agni? As in, like, a Visheshana guna of Agni is Rupa. Okay, because it is Rupa, form what is the Jnanendra associated with the form? Is vision, chakshu. Okay, so that's all. Like they're all linked, they're all interlinked together. Okay, so chakshu, agni, sattva has come. Rasana, jala is water, right? Apahar, jala. From water, taste has come. From prithvi, the smell has come. Okay, and for each of these five jnanendriyas, there is a presiding deity, meaning adhisthana devata is there. Okay, and this is for Shrotram, it is Dik, as in like the god of directions. Okay, because when you hear the sound, you'll say like, oh, it's coming from my left side or from west or north or south. You have a directional sense, right? So that is why it is said Dik Devata. Okay, for touch, it is Vayu. Again, for vision, Chakshu, it is Surya. Surya means sun god. Okay, for taste, it is Varuna, means god of water. Okay, and for Prithvi, so Grana, for smell, it is said Ashwini Kumaras, who are the celestial doctors. Okay. Now, so now each of these came from an individual element. Okay, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. These five elements from five Panchamahabhutas, one of the Panchamahabhutas. But whereas when it came to the heart, okay, when it came to the mind, we call it as Antakarana, where it is Manas, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. We covered all this. Okay, so all the four aspects. These came from a mixture of combination of all of these sattva gunas. So that means that it took a little bit from Akasha, a little bit from Vayu, a little bit from Agni, Jala, and Prithvi. Okay, so and then each of them has got their own Manas, has got its own Devata, which is Chandra. Okay. For Buddhi, it is Brahma. Brahma, let's say there's a Dirgha here, Brahma. Brahma means the one who has four heads. Okay. And for Chittam, it is Vasudeva. And for Ahankara, it is Rudra. So this is on for all the Sattvic elements. From a Rajasic side, we are coming to the right side three columns. Okay. In here, again, each of them came from Rajas aspect. Okay, Rajas aspect of the Panchamahabhutas. So from Akasha's Rajas, Vak has come, speech. Okay, and the presiding deity is Agni. From Vayu's Rajas aspect, holding, grasping, Pani. Okay, so that is Indra is the presiding deity. For Agni's Rajas, it is Pada. Okay, which is movement. That is Vishnu. Vishnu is Adhisthana Devata. From Apaha or Jalaha, okay, it's Rajas Upastha Indriya. So that means the ability to procreate has come. And presiding deity is Prajapati, who is responsible for increasing the beings in the world. And from Prithvi's Rajas, excretion, capability to excrete has come, and the Adhisthana Devata is Yama. Now, just like Manas, this Antakarana came from the combined sattva of all these five elements. In the same way, from the combined rajas of all the five elements, Panchapranas have come. Okay? So, now all of these, understand that all of these are at cosmic level. Okay, so these are not derived for Venkat or Pavan or Chandaji or Paddy, right? Rather, they all have come for at a cosmic level. Now, think about this way, right? If you have a water body in your town, okay, that water body is supplying water to your home. Okay. Now, whether you turn the faucet on in your kitchen, whether you turn the faucet in your bathroom, dining room, wherever you turn the faucet, it is same water that is coming in little by little, depending on different faucet. Maybe if it is in the shower, it is coming in a shower format. Maybe if it's in kitchen, it is coming in a different format. But the source is one cosmic thing. Okay. So in the same way, all these capabilities are there in the cosmic universe. Okay. And all of us are borrowing a little bit of each of these for at our individual jiva level. Okay. That's it. Okay. So now we also said that actually, like, okay, so the only additional this thing, manas, the nature of manas is sankalpa, vikalpa, ability to coming to a particular idea and discarding and modifying that thought or whatever, and or discarding that thought. That is the nature of manas. Okay. Samshayatmika manaha, nischayatmika buddhi. So nischayatmika means it is complete reasoning and decision making. Okay. That is what buddhi is. Chitta is ability to reflect, recall. Okay. So that is our memories. And ahankara is the kartrutva, bhoktrutva, bhavana. Aham karta, aham bhokta. What does that mean is I am the doer. For example, like when within the mind, okay, so sometimes this whole uh, four, uh, like put together, all these four together also can be called as mind. But what we are doing is that we are trying to differentiate between each aspect of mind a little bit. How I went to a I went to a sweet shop, okay, like a donut shop, Dunkin' Donuts. When I go to Dunkin' Donuts, what happened? There are 20 varieties of donuts are there. So what did my mind say? I like this. I like this sprinkler one. Okay. Oh, I like the glazed donuts. But I also like this strawberry topped one. Okay. So maybe I should eat strawberry. No. I'll eat this. So this fluctuation of mind is what is manas. Okay. And then you say, no, you know what? I have decided, I made up my mind. I'm going to eat a glazed donut. Okay. When the decision has been made, that decision making portion is called intellect, buddhi. Now, how did you come to the decision that I should eat glazed donut as opposed to strawberry topped donut? Because about 2 weeks ago, I came here and I tried strawberry donut. Okay. And that was too sweet and I needed to have something else to get rid of that sweetness in my mouth. But I also had glazed donut 4 weeks ago, and that was right amount of sweet for me. May not be for others. For me, that was the right amount of sweet. So I'm going to pick glazed donut. So for that, what happened? This chitta has came, okay? You recollected your past experiences and you reflected on them. Based on those reflections and recollections, you came to that decision. So that is the chitta. Now, when you bought this, what happened? I bought a glazed donut. I ate it. I enjoyed it. Or it is not as good as I ate the first time. So I did this, I did this, I did this. That aspect of mind is this ahankara. Okay, so these are the four aspects of our mind. Okay, manaha, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. These are four together, put together called antakarana. Now, so this is where we stopped. Okay, in the last session. So now let us go to today's session. Okay, so who wants to go off mute? We will to chant.
I can do it.
Okay, sure. Okay. So we are going to chant evolution of tamas. Okay. Etesham
एतेषां
panchatattvanam
पञ्चतत्त्वानां
tamasamshat
तामसांशात्
panchikruta
पञ्चीकृत
panchatattwani
पञ्चतत्त्वानि
bhavanti.
भवन्ति.
Pancheekaranam
पञ्चीकरणं
katham
कथम्
iti chet
इति चेत्
etesham
एतेषां
panchamahabhutanam
पञ्चमहाभूतानां
tamasamsha
तामसांस
swarupam
स्वरूपम्
ekam
एकमेकं
bhutam
भूतं
dvija
Dvidha.
Sorry, dvidha.
Dvidha. Yeah.
Vibhajya
Vibhajya.
ekamartham
Ekamekamardham.
pruthak
Prudak.
trishnim
Tushnim.
vyavasthapya
Vyavasthapya.
aparama paramartha
Apara paramardha.
chaturtham
Chaturdham.
vibhajya
Vibhajya.
swarthamanyeshu
Swardhamanyeshu.
ardheshu
Ardheshu.
swabhaga
Swabhaga.
chatushtaya
Chatushtaya.
samyojanam
Samyojanam.
karyam.
Karyam.
Tada
Tada.
pancheekaranam
Pancheekaranam.
bhavati.
Bhavati.
Etebhyah
Etebhyah.
panchīkrita
Panchīkruta.
pancha
Pancha.
mahabhutebhyah
Mahabhutebhyah.
sthula shariram
Stula Shariram.
bhavati.
Bhavati.
Okay. So now what happened is that these five elements, I mean, like all these Pancha Mahabhutas are created, right? And from this Pancha Mahabhutas, which is this Akasha, Vayu, etc. And from this Jnanendriyas are created, Karmendriyas are created, Manas is created, meaning the entire Antakarana is created, Pancha Mahaprana is created. But these are all in Tanmatra form. What is Tanmatra form? Tan means Tanmatra is Tat plus Matra is Tanmatra. So that alone, Tat Matra means that alone thing is there. So they are unable to do any action. Okay, there's no thing. For example, if you think about hydrogen, okay, like a simple example is that I only remember like my basic physics or chemistry, so I go to the middle school physics or thing, right? So H2 plus O2 is like water is hydrogen and water put together. So, but if you bring hydrogen atoms and you bring oxygen atoms, they are not going to become water automatically. Okay. So, for example, if you take a container and fill it with hydrogen gas and oxygen gas and close the container, it is not going to automatically convert into water. Something else must happen. What is that has to happen? Some electron in hydrogen should go and combine with oxygen, and some electron with oxygen should go and combine with hydrogen, right? Do you remember the equations as something like 2H2 plus O2 equals 2H2O? Okay. So only when that mixture has happened, that water has come. Okay. Just because hydrogen and oxygen are there together next to each other, water did not come. Okay. Did you understand this concept, what I'm talking about? Okay. Now, the same idea is here. When all these elements are as is, there is nothing is happening. Okay. So what happened then? Just like this electron movement happened from hydrogen to oxygen, there was a movement that happened in this cosmic level. Okay. When that movement has happened, that movement or that admixture of these elements is called as Pancheekarana. Okay. There are 5 elements. So, and this process of admixture is Pancheekarana. So what is this Pancheekarana? Okay. So that is what it is said. Okay. What it is said, Yetesham Panchatattvanam. Okay. These Panchatattvas, Tamasamshat. See, what happened is that from Satvik Amsha, see, like all of them has Sattva Amsha, Rajasamsha, Tamasamsha. From Sattva Amsha, all Jnanendriyas are born, Manas is born. So there's no more Sattva left. Rajasamsha, what happened from Rajasamsha? All the Karmendriyas and Pranas are born. Those are also done. Only Tamasamsha is there. Okay. Now this Tamasamsha, Tamas is by nature inert. Okay. Now in this inert, okay, etesham panchatattvanam tamasanshat panchikruta panchatatvani bhavanti. So this panchikruta has happened. Okay. Pancheekaranam khatam iti chet. What does it mean? It means if you want to know what is Pancheekaranam, okay, let me explain. Okay. And then it said, etesham pancha mahabhutanam tamasamsha swarupam ekamekam bhutam dvidha vibhajya. Ekamekam artham pratak trishni vyavasthapya apara paramartham chaturdham vibhajya. Okay. So let's go to the first part. Etesham pancha mahabhutanam. Among these pancha mahabhutas, tamshamsa swarupam ekamekam. Only regarding tamsamsha swarupa, ekamekam bhutam dvidha vibhajya. Okay. So all these five elements, the Rajasic aspect of all these five elements are divided into halves. Okay. So that means Akasha, Akasha's Tamasic has been broken into two halves. Vayu has broken into two halves. Actually, like I have the slide. Why it is much more easier to see the slide and understand. So, okay, can you see the slide? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So here, what is this Akasha, Vayu, Tejas, Apaha, Prithvi? They are on its own, right? So Pancheekaranam, Panchamahabhutam, Tamasamsha Swarupam, Ekamekam Bhutam, Dvidha Vibhajya. So that means that each of them has broken into two halves. Okay. Pruthak, Tushni Vyavasthapya. Then afterwards, what happened is Apara Paramartham Chaturdham Vibhajya. So then one half remained as is. Okay. But the second part, Apara Param Artham. Okay. So the lower half, okay, Chaturdham Vibhajya, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it is broken again into 4 pieces. So this is like 50%. This each of them is 12% each. 12.5% each. Then Swarthamanyeshu Ardheshu Swabhaga Chatushtaya Samyojanam Karyam. Then what happened is that this half on their own mixed with this 1/4 of everything else. So that means this Akasha came with this 1/8 of Vayu, 1/8 of Tejas, 1/8 of Apaha, 1/8 of Prithvi. Vayu also retained 50% of it and then got 1/8 of Akasha, Tejas, Apaha, Prithvi. Like that, they mixed up. This is called as Pancheekarana. Okay. So that's what is being told. Okay. So I'll pause here to see if you have any questions regarding Pancheekarana.
Basically, one half is intact, another half is all mixed up with all the elements.
Exactly, yes. Okay. So that means what happened is that now this Pancheekarana, this is called as grossification. Okay. So this grossified Akasha, so in a Tanmatra Akasha, it is 100% Akasha alone. In Panchikruta, meaning grossified Akasha, what is there? Only 50% is Akasha, 12.5% of everything else. Okay, remaining 4 elements. Okay, so this is the idea that they have. Okay, so now, so with this process, now this tamas, okay, is inert. Okay, now for the inert world, okay, so this whatever the world that we see outside is inert world. So this tamas aspect of the Maya is the material cause for the creation. Because if you look at sun, moon, earth, anything and everything is inert. So that means that they are all tamasika. Okay. And our body, sthula sharira, okay, this has come from, or body means our physical body. Sthula sharira came from earth. Okay. So that means that it came from Panchikruta Pancha Mahabhuta. So that means it is gross. It is also, the body is also inert. Similarly, the entire Brahmanda, meaning entire cosmic world, came from these grossified or Pancheekrita Pancha Mahabhutas. Okay. Now, if you have your book, okay, where would it be? Is in the section Sthula Sharira. Sthula Sharira, do you know like where Sthula Sharira is defined?
It is on page 38, the gross body.
Okay, gross body. Okay. Now, if you go to page 38, now see the definition of Sthula Sharira. Sthula Shariram Kim. Are you able to follow me? Yes? Okay. I'm reading from Sthula Sharira. The very first word is Pancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutaihi Krutam. Okay. Sat Karma Janyam. So how is that Sthula Sharira is there? Pancheekruta. So this is the Pancheekruta that they are talking about then. At that time they did not introduce. Now they have introduced. Pancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutaihi. Meaning after this Pancha Mahabhutas have gone through this grossification. Okay. This Pancheekarana. Okay, so from those grossified 5 elements is what this Sthula Sharira is born. Okay, that is the material cause for this Sthula Sharira. Now, maybe in the next page or somewhere, Sukshma Sharira is there. Definition. Okay, Sukshma Shariram Kim. The first.
That is page 42.
42, thank you. Okay, so in page 42, what does it say? Go to Sukshma Shariram Kim. I'll give you a second for you to find it. Okay, Sukshma Shariram Kim. It says Sukshma Shariram is Apancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutaihi Krutam Sat Karma Janyam. Okay, see the sentence, the first sentence, the portion that I read for Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira, it is identical except that letter A in the beginning. Did you notice that?
Oh, Pancheekarana.
So that's it. Okay. For Sthula Sharira, it is said Pancheekrita Pancha Mahabhutai. For Sthula Sharira, for Sukshma Sharira, it said Apancheekrita Pancha Mahabhutai. Yes. So what happened is this Sthula Sharira is our physical body. Our physical body came from grossified 5 elements. Okay. Now, our Sukshma Sharira came from ungrossified. Ungrossified means from those Panchatan Matras before Pancheekarana happened. Why? What are the contents of our Sukshma Sharira? Karmendriyas, Jnanendriyas, Pranas, and Antakarana, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Hankara. Now, all of them were formed before this grossification has happened from Sattva and Rajas. Okay. So, this is the connection between Pancheekarana and those 2 definitions. At the time I said like, okay, we are going to study Pancheekarana at a later time. So I want to bring it back to your attention, how the Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira are connected to Pancheekarana. Okay. Any questions around that?
So basically elements mixed up is what we are calling like Sthula Sharira is, and then without mixing up the elements is Sukshma Sharira.
Yes, but there's also another, you're right. So, one second, let me finish. So you're right, Pawan. Okay, but that is one aspect. Okay, mixed up versus unmixed up is one aspect. The other thing is that Sukshma Sharira is made up of Sattva and Rajas. And Sthula Sharira is made up of Tamas.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so these are the 2 differences.
Got it.
Okay, Sukshma Sharira is made up of Sattva and Rajas, and Sthula Sharira is made up of Tamas. Sukshma Sharira happened after Pancheekarana. Sthula Sharira happened after Pancheekarana. Sukshma Sharira was before Pancheekarana. Okay. So now, so that means all our food comes from Panchamahabhutas. Okay. So that means that food comes from the plant. Okay. Because their Sthula Shara is made up of Pancheekarana. So the food is also inert. Okay. This entire 14 Chaturdasha Bhuvanas are made up of same Pancheekrita Pancha Mahabhuta. Okay. So understand is that now, why are we studying this? Okay, because yeah, I know like at least some of you were there in the session where we talked about this entire creation aspect is described because we said, I mean, like we said that we don't believe in any creation theory correctly, and within Vedanta we have 60 different types of creations. Okay, and why are we talking about is that it is all to say that all these are false. Why? Okay, the entire now you see here, the entire gross world exists in tamas aspect of Panchamahabhutas. Okay, so that means that anything and everything that I see, my vision goes, it is only tamas aspect of Panchamahabhutas. And these Panchamahabhutas, in turn, are existing in Maya, which in turn is existing in Brahman. So what happened? Whenever I see anything in this world, my vision should go to the root Brahman. Now, our Antakarana, Jnanendriyas, Antakarana is mind, right? Fourfold mind. Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. And Jnanendriyas, the 5 organs of perception. Okay, 5 faculties of perception. All these Antakarana and Jnanendriyas are existing in Sattva aspect of Tanmatras. Okay, and these Tanmatras are existing in Maya, which in turn is existing in Brahman. So that means what? Whenever any thought comes, understand that there is a Brahman aspect and then there is a Maya aspect in that thought. Forget about Maya, identify with Brahman. All pranas, all our karmendriyas are existing in the Rajas aspect of Tanmatras. These Tanmatras are again existing in Maya, which are in turn existing in Brahman. So, what happens is, any action that is happening, any vyavahara, I mean, any transaction that is happening in the world, any dynamism that is happening in the world, understand that it is Brahman along with some additional Rajas aspect of Maya. Therefore, the entire universe has no independent existence with Brahman because entire Srishti is Mithya alone. Other than Brahman, everything else in this universe is Mithya. Okay? So, to bring this knowledge to us, this entire Srishti is how the creation of Srishti is given. Okay? So, if teacher 1 may describe in a different way, teacher 2 might have described in slightly different manner, depending upon the capability or the mindset of the student. So that is why there are 60 different varieties of theories of creation. I mean, we're not 60 different theories, rather 60 different variations in theory of creation, depending upon who the teacher is and who the student is. Okay, as far as we are concerned, okay, whether this is right or that is right, we don't have to worry, but understand that we are all, other than Brahman, there is nothing. Now, we also kept on talking about the cosmic and individual. Cosmic and individual. This cosmic in Sanskritam is called as Samashti or Brahmanda. And individual is called as Vyashti or Pinda. Okay, so one combination of words like micro in English, microcosm, macrocosm. Microcosm is individual level, macrocosm is at cosmic level. So those in Sanskritam, they have two sets of words. They say Pinda and Brahmanda. Pinda is micro, Brahmanda is macro. Other is Vyashti and Samashti. Samashti means all-inclusive Brahmanda. Vyashti means individual. So now this entire why are you talking about suddenly, like why did you shift between Pinda and to this particular chain of thought is there is a qualitative identity between Pinda and Brahmanda, meaning between microcosm and macrocosm. How? Whether you like remember, like earlier in the session, we were talking about an example of water taps, water faucets. Okay, so what we're saying, you go to your faucet in kitchen, you turn on, and the water. Okay, the water comes. Now this water is same as the water that comes in your shower. Okay, this water is same as the water that is coming in your neighbor. So which is same as the one across the street. Why? Because for your entire town at least, okay, I mean, like again, like this, the water body is limited, right? So the entire town is being served from a single water body. It could be a river, okay, like for example, in India, it could be like a river Godavari, maybe giving water to majority of Maharashtrian towns. Now, whereas in Andover, we had a pond called Haggart's Pond, and that's what like is the water supply for the entire town. Like that, every town has got their own water supply. So the same water supply is the one that is coming through everybody's shower, everyone's faucets, etc. Now, my kitchen faucet could be different from your kitchen faucet, the style, okay? My shower style could be different from your shower style. So as a result, the water that comes in your shower versus my shower could be different, okay? But it is a source is same, okay? That means my manas, my mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, which is my antakarana and your antakarana are coming from the same source. At Karna Sharira level, my Ajnana is also part of the same Maya. So it is not like I have a special Karna Sharira from you. Okay? It is the same Ajnana which is part of Maya, which appears to be different Karna Shariras in different bodies. That's all. At the level of Sukshma Sharira, my pranas are part of Samashti Pancha Prana. Why? Because they are all divided, they all came from Samashti Pancha Mahabhutas. My Karmendriyas are also derived from the same Rajasic aspect of Pancha Mahabhutas. My Jnanendriyas, Antakarana, Sattvikamshas, etc., they all came from the same cosmic ones. So there is no real, at the level of Karna Sharira, which is my causal body, at the level of the Sukshma Sharira, okay, which is my subtle body, or at the level of my physical body, Sthula Sharira, there's no such thing that belongs to me alone. Okay, because they all derived from the same source. Just like there's no your special water in your kitchen faucet, okay, it belongs to the same source. Okay, so now, so what does it mean? My Sthula Sharira is no different from your Sthula Sharira. My Sukshma Sharira is not different from your Sukshma Sharira. My Karna Sharira is not different from your Karna Sharira. And me in essence means as a Satchidananda Brahma Swarupa is no different from you. Who is Satchidananda Brahma Swarupa? So what is the difference between you and me? Nothing. There's no difference, right? Not only there's no difference between you and me, but there's no difference between me and an inert object like this phone. Okay. Well, there is no Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, we can argue. Okay. But all it means is that is not, there are no Golakas. Okay. Golakas means like there are no organs, physical organs to express that Sat aspect or Chit aspect. That's all. But there's no difference between anything and anything in this entire universe. So that is where when Advaita Vedanta says there's oneness in entire universe, this is what it is talking about. Okay. So that oneness is what is being taught, and that oneness, to explain all this oneness is where we are studying this. Okay. So now, so then what? Now what is happening is that with this, we are actually slowly shifting to the third part of the book. Okay. What is the third part of the book? Is we understood who am I? We understood what is this universe. Now, I want to understand what is the relationship between me and Brahman. Okay. So the Aikyata, the unity or the identity, the same identity between Brahman and us is being taught in the third portion of the text. Okay. So let us first complete this section. The section is completed by this following line. Okay. So one of you please go off mute and repeat after me. Evam
Evam
Pinda
Pinda
Brahmanda.
Brahmanda.
Sorry. Evam Brahmanda Yoho. Okay. Okay. Evam Pinda Brahmanda Yoho.
Evam Pinda Brahmanda Yoho.
Aikyam
Aikyam
Sambhutam.
Sambhutam.
Meaning Evam means in this manner. Pinda and Brahmanda. Pinda means microcosmic. Brahmanda means macrocosmic. Aikya means union. Okay. Sambhutam. Sambhutam means happened, or this subject of identity between the individual and the cosmos has been covered. Okay. Now, okay. So now what happened now? There is a new topic is being started. This topic is, what is this Ishvara? What are the Adhisthana Devatas, etc. All of this being covered. So first, like, we need to understand what is Jiva and what is Ishvara. Okay. So Jiva and Ishvara, we are going to start this. Okay. Now, so far, about like two sessions ago, I said, whatever you are listening now is all informational, right? Do you remember that? Okay. Now, whatever you're listening is not informational now. Okay, from now onwards. Okay, we are shifting gears again. Okay, so that means that we again have to get ready for paying more closer attention. What is it? Okay, what are they telling? Okay, because no one is going to, from a spirituality perspective, who is the Adhisthana Devata for Chitta? If you don't answer, yeah, go ahead, Pavan.
Vishnu, I don't.
Vasudeva.
Vasudeva. Yeah.
Okay. But unfortunately, Pavan, you're not going to get any extra points because you remember that bit of knowledge.
I said wrong anyway. So
Okay. But on the other hand, what you remember from the previous sessions or what you are going to remember from the sessions now on, that has value for you. Okay. So please repeat after me. Sthula
Stula,
Sharirabhimani
Sharirabhimani,
Jeevanamakam
Jeevanamakam,
Brahma
Brahma,
Pratibhimbam
Pratibhimbam,
Bhavati.
Bhavati,
Taeva
Saeva,
Jeevaha
Jeevaha,
Prakrutya
Prakrutya,
Swasmat
Tasmat,
Ishwaram
Ishwaram,
Bhinnatvena
Bhinnatvena,
Janati.
Janati,
Avidyopadhihi
Avityopadihi,
Tan
San,
Atma
Atma,
Jiva
Jiva,
Ityuchyate.
Ityuchyate,
Mayobhadhisan
Mayopadisan,
Ishwara
Ishvara,
Ityuchyate.
Ityuchyate.
Okay, so it said, okay, so here, what is the difference between Jiva and Ishvara is being told. So for that, first we need to understand what is Jiva and what is Ishvara. So it said, Stula Sharirabhimani Jeevanamakam Brahma Pratibhimbam Bhavati. That is the definition. So Jiva as an individual, okay, is Sthula Sharira Abhimani. Sthula Sharira Abhimani means, Sthula Sharira means what? Gross body. Abhimani means what? Usually, growing up in India, every movie star would have some Abhimanis. Okay, so fans. Okay, so Abhimani means, okay, at least in Telugu language, Abhimani means it could be understood as fans. Okay, fans of a particular star. Like right now, who is the, like in Western world, it is like Swifties, right? Taylor Swift fans are called Swifties. Okay, but now Abhimani, what does Abhimani? So why do we call fans as Abhimanis? Okay, Abhimanis fans as Abhimanis. Abhimani means, the real meaning of Abhimani is one who is identified. Okay, one who identifies is Abhimani. Okay, now for example, now it is a serious note, right? The other way to understand from our traditional way is Abhiman. If you say Abhiman, what do you mean in Hindi? Abhiman. Chandaji,
Arrogant.
Huh?
Arrogant.
Arrogance. Okay.
Yeah.
Arrogance, or also this is like, facing a lot of value for certain things that you believe in is also Abhiman. Okay. So now, and why are you placing so much arrogance or something like that? Why is there so much identification with something? Is because you believe that is you. Okay. So when you believe that there is a identity, okay, so you like, okay, why do you like Taylor Swift as opposed to, I don't know, Katy Perry or who are others? Is because you feel that this person or whoever that actress, singer, etc., right? You feel that person represents your interest and that person invokes your what do you call, like your emotions, and that person gels with you. Okay, so yes, Abhimana also means pride, as Chandaji has mentioned. Okay, but this association or the identification is what this, right? So only when you identify, that is when pride comes. Okay, do you have pride about something that your neighbor has? Okay, you don't have pride about what your neighbor has. You have pride about what you have. Okay, I can't I had to tell this, like when there was a TV ad when we were young. I don't know how many of you remember, especially if you're from India, right? Onida, neighbors envy, owner's pride,
Owner's pride.
right? So pride is only when you own something. Okay, so pride is even the definition of pride also comes from the idea that there is an association, identification, and association is there. That is when the pride comes. Okay, that's why the secondary meaning of abhimana is also pride. So now, what is this jiva doing is Sthula Sharira Abhimani. Okay, so that means that he is identified himself with his Sthula Sharira. So that means what? Okay, I am saying that I am Venkat. I am identifying with my body. Okay, whether I have pride about my body or not, it is a secondary thing. That's not important. Okay, the identity is the identification is the first and foremost meaning of abhimani. Okay, so I identified with this body. Okay, this is Venkat. Okay, now the ones that I am seeing, okay, on the screen, they are not Venkat. Okay, none of them are Venkat. Okay, luckily no, none of you have the name Venkat also, right? So this is abhimana. Now, when there is a sthula sharira abhimani, here one of the important things is that there's implied meaning here is that not only sthula sharira abhimani, but also sukshma sharira abhimani and karna sharira abhimani are also implied. Okay, so don't take it the definition at the face value as sthula sharira abhimani means only for gross body alone. No, it includes gross physical body. It also includes the subtle body and causal body. Okay. Now, Sthula Sharira Abhimani Jiva Namakam Brahma Pratibimbam Bhavati. Okay. Brahma. So here again, see, like in this Brahma, there's no Dirgha, meaning it is not Brahma. It is Brahma alone. So when there is no Dirgha, when there's Brahma alone, that means Brahman. Understand it as Brahman. Pratibimbam. Pratibimbam means reflection. Okay, so this jiva is reflection of Brahman who is identifying with these three bodies. Okay, so that is the meaning of this first line. We will actually it is already 10:30 now, so we will pause here and we'll pick it up in our next session. So any questions before we close?
Yeah, one question. So go ahead.
After you.
Yeah. So so you're saying the Stula Sharira is formed from all the elements, right? Like the grossification and all that, and then all the Gyanendriya, Karmendriya, all these things, kind of like the subtle body, are formed within that. Is if you imagine as a body, and then inside body you have all these characteristics. I'm just not clear on the Karana Sharira aspect. When is Karana Sharira happening?
That is at Maya level itself.
Okay.
Okay. So see, now when we talked about this, see so Maya is at level 1. Okay. From there Pancha Mahabhutas have come. From there, this Pancheekarana inert world has come. Right? These are Tanmatara. This gross body has come from here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Subtle body has come from here.
Mm-hmm.
So causal body must come from from here. Okay, so that is something that actually we are going to study next
later. Okay.
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 So that's a leading one. Okay, so Avidya Upadis and Maya. So that Maya. So that the next lines are going to describe that.
Yeah. Okay. So because the Stula Sharira also says, like when I was reading that stanza, it says like the body is formed out of these 5 elements, and as a result of good actions of past, and so it's when it is forming, you are carrying all your past vasanas, whatever, and that's how it's forming. Is that right? Something like
Yes.
that. Okay. Thank you. I'm good.
Satyaji, you had a question?
I don't know even if it is.
Sorry?
Rumi is meditating, so she can't talk.
Now I can.
Oh,
Now
okay.
she's reading.
Okay.
Can you listen? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear, yes.
I don't even know if asking because I feel it's really silly. It's very like but I'm just beginning to understand like some things. I'm beginning to understand. So I understand about agrossification, which for me is just amazing, like all of this, and I need to release it. But it's like even though I know, like from the I don't know, from the intellectual point that we are all the same from this standpoint of the elements. So it's like when you say that, so it's like there's something like, so why we look different? So why we perceive difference between us even though we have the same elements? So it's
Now,
just
that's why like I was hinting you to read Sthula Sharira and Sukshma Sharira definitions once again. Okay. So in
yeah.
Sharira, the question is why do we look different? Okay.
Mhm.
There are two aspects. They all came from Pawan, can you read? You have that shloka in front of you, right? Can you read the shloka? I mean, the Sthula Sharira Abhimani Sthula Sharira definition.
Stula Sharira Kim one or the
Sthula Shariram
Stula
came.
Sharira Kim Pancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutai Krutam Satkarma Janyam.
Okay, so stop right there. So Pancheekarana Pancha Mahabhuta Janyam, that part is the material cause. So material came from the same thing. Okay. However, Satkarma Janyam is, so whatever karmas you have made, okay, based on the previous karmas, the appropriate body has been given. Whether it's a body of a animal versus human, man versus a woman, okay, I don't want to say beautiful versus ugly because there's no such thing as beauty is just, the concept of beauty is just in the mind. Okay, there's no such thing as beauty in one way or other. Okay, so how you look, etc., all that is based upon what karmas you have made. Okay, so similarly, continue, Pawan.
Yeah. Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Yatanam Shariram.
So now what happened is this body is given for you to experience the like a container in which it is not even a experiencer, a container in which you can experience the sukha and dukkha, the pain and pleasure based upon the past actions you performed. Okay, so that's what that is why people are look different. Now also go to the definition of Sukshma Sharira, Pavan.
Sukshma Sharirikam Apancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutai Kruta Satkarma Janya.
Okay.
Sukha Dukkadi Bhoga
Okay.
Sadhana.
Pause there again. So the material cause, the ingredients came from Apancheekruta Pancha Mahabhutai, meaning like those the before Pancheekarana, before grossification, whatever happened, right? Whatever was there, those 5 Jnanendriyas were there, 5 Karmendriyas were there, 5 Pranas were there, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara, 19 things are there, right? So all those became the material cause. Okay. As far as what kind of thoughts you have, what kind of things you have, that is based upon whatever karmas you did in the past. Okay. Continue, Pawan.
Yeah.
Sukha Dukkadi Bhoga Sadhanam.
So here you're experiencing the sukha and dukkha. You think that you're experiencing sukha dukkha with the body, but the pain is actually felt or the happiness is felt in the mind. So your experiential level, it is primarily the instrument of experience is your mind, not physical body. Okay. Continue, Pawan.
Pancha Jnanendriyani, Pancha Karmendriyani, Pancha Pranadayaha.
So see this, all these 15 we said, right? 5 karmendriyas are there, 5 jnanendriyas are there, 5 pranas are there, and then
Manishchakam Buddhaishchaka.
Yeah, so mind is there, buddhi is there. So that's what they said. Okay, so that's why like your mind is different from my mind, your buddhi is different from my buddhi because of our previous karmas. Okay, so that's why like I mean like now that makes more sense now the definitions of those.
Yes.
Reviewing
Thank
that.
you so much.
And also, if we look at Ayurveda, like when we compare this to Ayurveda Shastra, like people, when they say they Vata, Pitta, like that, they associate that to all these elements in our body.
Nice.
Is how I'm just correlating Venkat, like, to some of this. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ayurveda. Also, another thing that came into my mind is like, yes, we nourish this body with with food, right? Like the gross body. But I was thinking like, okay, so pranayam is also like a kind of nourishment for the subtle body, or am I wrong?
So pranas are between, pranas are between subtle body and, see, prana actually prana is we have 5 koshas: Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya. So Pranamaya, Manomaya, and Vijnanamaya together are for subtle body. Okay. But it is also, to a certain extent, also this Pranamaya is also has a link a little bit with the physical body also. Okay. So it is a little bit dangling on both sides. Okay, both on Stula and Sukshma. Okay.
And meditation.
Chandaji, I had a question. I think let me go.
Yeah. Am I on mute? 1 minute, let me check. Yeah.
You're not on mute,
Yeah,
Chandaji.
yeah. When we started with this chapter, relationship of the individual and the Lord, and the first thing was Pinda Brahmandyo. Now, this is that Brahmand which comes from Brahma, AA, right?
No.
Then what is that?
Yeah.
Pind is the Jiva. Pind is the Jiva. Me.
Jiva,
Okay.
Brahmanda is, yes, you're right. Yeah, it is Brahma, as in double A, yes.
Double A. All right.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to say, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you say.
No, you finish. Then.
What I was saying is, I could never understand this concept of oneness, But now, when explained this way, you understand that concept of oneness. As we said that this is the macrocosm and the microcosm and macrocosm. So now I understood what is that oneness that they're talking about. Otherwise, attending so many sessions, Gita, Atma Bodha, Tattva Bodha, I could never get a good understanding of it. So thank you very much. I've been able to understand it.
Thanks, Chandra. Sorry, Satyaji, you had I cut you off.
I don't remember.
Sorry about it.
It's okay. No, it's, yeah. So I was thinking like, okay, so meditation, yeah, like it also we can tune into Anandamaya Kosha, right? Through meditation.
So what happens is that, think about this way, right? If you're looking at the yoga practice, okay, yoga as in like yoga prakriyas, right? So the asanas, okay, asanas, the poses, right? So those are helping to control your physical body. The pranayama, etc., is trying to control your pranas, so the pranamaya kosha. Now, physical body control is only needed to sit, to meditate, without any movement. The pranas are again, the essential purpose of pranayama from a meditation perspective. Of course, pranayama has so many benefits, but those are all like secondary benefits. The primary thing is to able to control our mind. Okay. Now the mind is controlled by looking at a Bhagwan, looking at it, it's like, okay, chanting, remembering Lord, and control the thoughts. Okay. So then your Annamaya Kosha is controlled, on that Pranamaya is controlled, on that Manomaya is controlled. Now at a Vijnanamaya, what you do is that you will take a Jiva Brahma Aikya Vakya. So that means that like a shloka, or like a verse or something saying that is showing you the identity between Brahman and you. Okay. And you start reflecting on it. So that is at a Vijnanamaya Kosha. Consciously, you can only go up to this. So now when you are like thoroughly focused on this knowledge slowly seeps into your Anandamaya Kosha. And in that Anandamaya Kosha, which is Karna Sharira, which has Ajnana, all the Ajnana thoughts that are there, Ajnana Vasanas that are there, which is like, I am body, I am body. Basically, like all thoughts are based on, I am this body. So this is going to go and inject this, I am Brahman. This thought is going to remove all those bad thoughts that are there. It is like, suppose, think about like, a lot of, like, do you know wasps? Do you know like honey, like bees? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not honey bees, but like they also look like honey bees, but they're not honey bees. They build big nest and they sting a lot. Okay. So they have these huge nests. Okay. And in them, maybe dozens or hundreds or thousands, may not be thousands, like dozens or hundreds of wasps will be staying. And each of them can sting a lot. Okay. So now when you go like fully cover yourself and go like sprinkle the chemical, okay, like a chemical or so something like a wasp killer. Okay. So what happens that once that goes inside, it starts killing those. Okay. So that we are injecting that, right? That medicine. So in the same way, we are injecting into through this Vijnanamaya Kosha, through the thought that I am Brahman, that thought is being slowly injected into our Anandamaya Kosha. So all the Ajnana that I am body, all of them are dying away. Yes, so that is the purpose of meditation.
Okay, so the study of the scriptures is also the same, right? Like we are like planting seeds in our...
Exactly, yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually just beginning to start like to listen to Swami Dayananda, and he was talking about Nirbhaya Chatkam, the Nirbhaya. I can going to write, but it's like for me it was like, wow, this helps me a lot to understand this class as well. I'm going to write it down because it's like,
Okay.
thank you so much.
I think the Swami Dayanand is the other unit that broke off from Swami Chinmayanandji. One was Parthasarthi and the other one was Dayanand.
So I think,
Alright.
I don't know, Satyaji may be talking about...
You're talking about the Arya Samaj Dayanand. No, this is not Dayanand Saraswati. This is that other, two people broke up from Swami Chinmayanandji. One was Parthasarthi, Swami Parthasarthi. The other one is Swami Dayanandji. He's also very erudite, writes very well. I have got his entire home study course. And I know two of his disciples. They are very good friends, I would say, not just Swamiji and our relationship, but more like family.
Beautiful.
I have a question, but I will ask you in the next session because we are already late. I may even send it to you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So but I will do it next time. We are getting late. You may be having another session.
Yes. In another 45 minutes. Yes. Let's stand. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om